Hi, this is Sierra from Essentials for Healing, and today we're going to talk about my favorite subject, clay or dirt. So I have in front of me my small collection of clays compared to how many there are, but these should really, not even all of these, should start you off on a really nice collection. Now, all of these clays are really rich in minerals, but they have different purposes. So let's start at first at the bentonite clay. Now, if you're anywhere near my age, this is your first clay that you probably came in contact with. Now, it was called, back in those days, and they still sell it, it's called Egyptian magic. And it was magic for us who had acne. I didn't have acne, I'm Italian, I'm lucky. But this is from aromatic, so it's very, the texture of theirs is very soft, and it has so many uses. If you get the type that's Egyptian magic, it's going to be coarser, and it depends on what you want to use it for. So this one would be really nice in a mask for, like, say, a teenager, because it draws it. This clay gets really, it absorbs like 3 times its volume, so it really poofs up. And when you add vinegar as the moisture to make a mask, it bubbles, and it just does all kinds of magical things. If you want to use it in your tooth powder, then you probably want to find a little bit coarser grain. I personally make my own toothpaste, actually powder, and I use bentonite clay, and I mix the two. I use part of the soft kind and then part of the coarser kind, because got to get that plaque off the teeth. So this is not probably one that most of us my age would want to use on a consistent basis, because it is drying, it is very drawing. So when I get a bug bite, and around here down south, boy do we have chiggers, then if I get a chigger bite, I mix this with a little vinegar, and maybe if I'm making up a batch, I might put 1 drop of lavender or 1 drop of heliochrysum and put it directly on the bites, and it just pulls out the toxin. So it's wonderful for that. So so that's bentonite clay. So I'm going to move over now, and I have a really clean towel. I wash all of my laundry in essential oil, so my towels are kind of like sterile. Okay, now we have the French green. Let me make sure I've got all my bentonite out of my hand. So this French green is also very fine in texture, but not as fine as that bentonite. There's a coarseness to it, and this is just wonderful for detoxification, and also because of the color, it also has nutrients in it. All of the clays are packed with minerals, which is why it's just wonderful to include clays in any way we can, whether it's in our face washes or in our masks or in our body washes. It's always nice to add any type of clay, because then we have all those minerals, and we're feeding our skin and keeping everything happy and healthy. So over here, I have what I use a lot, which is French white, and I use this personally because it's just the right texture for what I want. It's very light and powdery, but it's not as light and powdery as the white kaolin clay. Whoa, excuse me. So this is French white, and it has the same properties. It's great for detoxifying. It's full of minerals, and the white clays are going to be very gentle on your skin. So if you have sensitive skin, you're going to want to probably go with more white clay to start with, at least until your skin starts balancing. So I don't know if you're going to be able to tell at all the difference in the texture in this white kaolin, but when you mix this with moisture such as aloe, it does clump, and I don't mind it. One of the washes we make, we do use this white kaolin, but today we're going to use the French white. Now I'm got 2 more to go, and then we're going to make my favorite face wash. Okay, this is Razul, and this is mined from Morocco. And if you go to a fancy, expensive spa, you can know that they're going to use this clay on your face and maybe on your body, you don't know. So I love this. It's really, really good to improve your skin's texture. I read somewhere that it's really good for blackheads. So when I'm making a mask for like a teenager, I will always put some, if not most, of the mask material. I will use this clay. So this clay also decreases dryness. So you can see it's a win-win. Now we're going to go over to another one. This is actually one of my very favorites, but it stains. This is French red. And when I make a mask for myself, I usually combine either these two or these two. So I like this because it leaves a little, I did a video on this one before, it leaves a little bit of color on your skin. And if you look at my skin today, you can tell that I haven't used it today. But it's very, very soft and gentle. And I keep a jar of this right by my sink. So if I don't have time to do an entire mask, I put some in my hand, I wet it, and then I put it on my face and just let it dry. And it's dry by the time I brush my teeth, I rinse my face, and then I've done a cheap mask. So I then have really, I've had the properties and good things of a mask without taking the time to do a mask. I know a lot of us are busy, so we don't have a lot of time to do masks, but we should, and I should. So, so since I'm speaking of masks, the basic recipe is 3 teaspoons of whatever to 1 teaspoon of oil, and then whatever you want to use is your liquid. It could be a tea, it could be water, hopefully distilled or clean, and it could be vinegar, it could be anything you want it to be. So hydrosols. So that's the basic recipe, 3 to 1, and then however much liquid to get the texture you want. So that's the clays. And today I'm going to make, this isn't my recipe, it's one of those that just keeps moving along. I saw it on Facebook, and I don't really remember who posted it, and I've kind of tweaked it and changed it. So what I do is I just buy one of these. I use dairy yogurt, and I use full fat. I love that fat that's on top of this. You can see that I scraped it really good because that fat is just so wonderful for your skin. So these come, some yogurts, plain yogurts, they're getting smaller. Yes, they used to be 8 ounces, but now this one is 6, and sometimes they're 5. You can use the same recipe no matter what size, and then just vary how much clay you use. So to a package, or whatever you want to call this, yeah, a carton, maybe I call that a carton, to a carton of yogurt, plain yogurt, I put that in here in this plastic container. You're gonna want to buy a fresh lemon, and you can pretty much see the size that I bought. So a pretty good sized lemon. I have a little bit of juice left in there, but I need to clean out my garbage disposal, so this is just going to be perfect. So 1 organic lemon squeezed to make 4 tablespoons of liquid poured into your yogurt. And this helps age spots. And then, hopefully this is going to fit. Let me start stirring. I'm adding, again, easy, 4 tablespoons of any clay you want, but usually a white clay will work better. I'm using French white. So I'm going to see if I can get this in this container, because this is just the perfect container for beside my sink. And then, of course, you have to keep it refrigerated. This clay, this wash just feels so good at the end of the day because it's cool, it's creamy, it's soothing, and it smells good if you like lemon. So I'm not going to take the time to stir all this up, but you get the idea. So you have the fat from the yogurt and the probiotics, which aren't really strong enough to do a whole lot of good for your gut, are really lovely for the pH of your skin and keeping the bacteria level of your skin normal. So if you get any outbreaks from dirt, contaminants, this will really help. Now, I add oil to everything, and this will be no exception. So this is 1.5 teaspoons of, I use argan oil. You can use whatever oil, facial oil you like. I don't think olive oil would go real well, but most of you these days have argan or jojoba. So either would do just fine here. And last, and then I just give that a little stir. And then last is just 24 drops of lemon. And lemon has 2 benefits. One is that it's so refreshing, and the other is it's skin penetrating. So as you're using these wonderful products for your skin, this lemon is helping it penetrate to your skin. So 24 drops, and I'll just do a couple, and then you'll get the idea. Okay, 24 drops, and that's it. That's your clay, and that's your face wash. So what you do with this, you stir it nicely, and I can go ahead and I didn't think I could stir as quickly as I can. And this is about the texture you're gonna want, and don't worry about this couple of lumps. They're gonna with stirring they'll be fine, and they won't remain. And that's it. That is a simple but wonderful face cleanser. Let's say face cleanser. And I've been dying to make this, and I've been waiting to do this video, so I've gone 2 whole days without this. So I am going to be really looking forward to washing my face tonight, because this feels so good. So if I talk too quickly over the clays, just put a question under this video, and I will be more than glad to answer. And once you've made this, be careful. I always keep a little scoop by my cleanser. Sorry, my brain just left me. Because you don't want to dip your hand in, because you're going to get water, and it's going to be just water by the end. So between each uses, go ahead and stir, and make sure you get all the clay up from the bottom, and then take your spoonful, put it on the palm of your hand, and then just rub it and wash. And then just rub it in your face, and then rinse and pat dry, and then see if you need a moisturizer. Some people don't, some people do. So that's it. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I love this. So thank you for watching.